You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's RPM here, reporting for Mobile Command. Gentlemen, we see all the buzz that's happening around Dr. Dre and his very stormy divorce from Nicole Young, which I'm going to talk about later. But I saw this article pop up on Yahoo, and let's talk about another divorce that's happening to another minor celebrity. Now, this article was published on the 9th of September. Jamie King's estranged husband, Kyle Newman, claims she quote unquote emptied their joint bank accounts. Well. Jamie King's estranged husband, Kyle Newman, is claiming the actress cleared out their joint bank accounts and forced him to leave their family home amid their divorce. Gentlemen, this is why you do not have a joint bank account with your wife. That is one of the telltale signs that things is about to go extremely left when she clears out that joint bank account. It happens all the time. So, if you're a married man and you listen to this video, here is what I would highly suggest you do. Your bank account, your checking, your savings, her bank account, checking, savings, are to be completely split and create just one joint account which no deposits go into. That will be your transfer account. If she needs money for something or you need something from her, you can both put money into that account. That way the other person can take it from there. No cards or anything. It's just electronic transfer only. But anyway, in court documents filed September 2nd and obtained by People, Newman, 44, alleges that the incident unfolded on May 15th as he and King, 41, were having the latest in a long line of conversations regarding the end of our marriage. Reps for King and Newman have not responded to requests for comment from People. Newman claims in court documents that after promising King he wouldn't quote unquote take the kids, he was blindsided. That is a very common tactic when it comes to divorce. By the star attempting to get a restraining order against him, as well as sole legal and physical custody of their children. The former couple share 2 sons. You see, gentlemen, he, being a man, wanted to keep his word by saying, look, I'm not going to take the kids from you, okay? I'm not going to do that. As men, in general, if we say we're going to do something, we will keep our word. However, what she did was standard operating procedures. Get him to say, okay, I'm going to not do this because that will bring harm to everybody. But then she turns right around and blindsides him with the restraining order and filing for sole legal custody. Ain't that just grand? You still want to get married, gentlemen? This is what you're going to have to eventually deal with. Don't do it. Do not do it. He goes on to say, when I attempted to retain counsel on May 18th as a result of Jamie's outrageous ex parte and false allegations of domestic violence, I learned that she had emptied and closed all of our joint accounts, leaving me with nearly no funds. I had to borrow money from my family to pay for my attorneys, Newman alleges in the filing. Paging Serena Williams. Serena Williams, you want to talk about financial abuse? Here's a clear-cut case of it. Serena Williams, are you in the building? Exactly. Yeah. This is all too common. This right here is, as I stated, a clear-cut case of financial abuse. But since this is happening to a man, nobody will say anything about it. Yeah, so much for equality. However, a source close to King calls Newman's latest legal filing a quote-unquote continuous attempt to get additional money from Jamie in light of his previous attorney exiting the case. The old drag the man's name through the mud. He's just trying to get more money. Wait a minute. Isn't that what damn near every woman tries to do when it comes to divorce? A la Nicole Young. From the very beginning, Jamie's only priority has been her children, which she is very consistently pursues a private and peaceful resolution through mediation, says the source. She is a devoted mother dedicated to providing for the needs of her children as the main financial provider. Well, if she's the main breadwinner, guess what? She needs to start paying. But we're going to talk about that later. Oh, gentlemen, I got a good surprise in store for you. But mediation. See, mediation should be the standard for divorce. However, we know good and damn well litigation is always the route that women are going to take. Because they know, in general, they're going to win through litigation. Why? Because everything is stacked against the man, especially if he's the breadwinner. Oh, it's damn near open and shut. However, since Miss King is the breadwinner, she's trying to fight tooth and nail to not have to pay. Typical. Newman is requesting that King pay for his legal fees because he says he is a stay-at-home father to their two sons and cannot cover the $150,000 in legal fees he has since acquired. He's asking for a repayment of $70,000 to his attorneys, which he should get. He should. Why? Because if you reverse the genders, that is also standard operating procedure. The woman catches the man completely off guard. He thinks everything is going good in his marriage. Next thing you know, I'm not happy. He gets blindsided. He gets completely ambushed. He has to pay not only his attorney fees, but her attorney fees. So yes, you want to talk about equality, ladies. This is a clear-cut case of where it should be properly applied. But we know how you love to move the goalpost. He goes on to say, I turned down jobs which required me to leave town because I was afraid something would happen to the children or to Jamie if I left. By all intents and purposes, this guy sounds like a pretty good dude. If he was willing to turn down work just to stay around his family, I can't fault the man for that. He put his family first. I am now a writer and a stay-at-home author because I could not accept jobs which required me to leave town, such as shooting movies. I am therefore entirely reliant on Jamie for support for myself and the children until I can reestablish my career, the documents state. Now, if we flip those genders, we know good and well the court would do everything in their power to strip that man of that money. Under the usual terms of, oh, I'm accustomed to this lifestyle. Once again, a la Nicole Young. Yeah. Newman later alleges that King has quote unquote left the country to work on her show Black Summer, leaving him to care for their sons without support, without access to community funds, and without access to the family residence. I cannot continue to be left without the funds necessary to pay for my attorneys, including the funds necessary to proceed with preparing and filing requests for support and custody, Newman states in the court documents. It's the hardest thing in the world to say goodbye as a working mother. One day I know my boys will look back and be proud, King wrote on Instagram on August 22nd. Yes, those boys are going to look back and they're going to be proud, all right. They're not going to be proud for you. They're going to be proud for their father because he actually took a stand where he needed to. Yeah. Now, insofar as this article, there is not a clear reason as to why they are getting divorced. Maybe a little bit more will come out about this later. But anyway, it's all for you. There's nothing I wouldn't do to protect you and give you the best life filled with freedom, joy, expression, and happiness always. Okay, if you really are about that, here's what you would do. You would take that divorce filing and you would rip it up and you would say, you know what? We as adults need to work on our differences for our kids. But see, that's not what they really want. This is all nothing more than PR fluff. On May 18th, King filed for divorce from Newman after 12 years of marriage. So she filed for divorce. And I guarantee you, I'm not happy. A la irreconcilable differences. The actress also filed a domestic violence prevention petition and an emergency motion related to child custody and visitation, as well as a temporary restraining order. According to King's source, the order was put in for life by the judge during mediation over the last several months. See, this is something else that I truly despise about the family court system. The fact that even though there has been no record of domestic violence, they know that that is the silver bullet that grants women damn near immunity in a slam dunk case. See, this is why I honestly hope when things finally go bad, a lot of these family court judges get what's coming to them. Yeah. I hope that happens. Honestly, if there's anybody that needs to see a hockey mask, it is those people. In court documents previously obtained by People, King claimed Newman was withholding their sons from her. Now that right there is also a tactic that the overwhelming majority of women do during divorce. Some women go so far as to literally take the kids and run. Newman responded with his own series of allegations that King has engaged in reckless behaviors that endangered their children. King has denied his allegations. Oh, of course. A source close to King told People that in May, that while separated from her children, she was staying strong with the support of loved ones. It's been a difficult time, but she's leaning on friends, the insider said about the Heart of Dixie alum. She's been doing a lot of yoga and meditation. Aw, ain't that sweet? Yeah, sweet like a grove of damn lemons. But anyway, this sounds like standard operating procedures for divorce. However, we know that once the genders are reversed, the court's going to do everything they can to rake that man over the coals. See, gentlemen, this right here is actually a manifesto of a divorce. This happens to men every day. But, as I mentioned, I got a good surprise for you gentlemen. Sorry about that. There are two men who are universally hated by the female collective. Why? Because they were able to use the female tactics against them and get paid. Without further ado, Kevin Federline via Britney Spears. And Kendu Isaacs via Mary J. Blige. Oh yes, gentlemen. Oh yes. And just for good measure, Adele's ex-husband. Yeah. Now see, these men are universally hated by the female collective because those three women have to pay these men after leaving. However, none of those women have that same energy and smoke for Nicole Young. As a matter of fact, there are women to this day saying that, Nicole Young deserves that $2 million a month that she's asking for. Oh, but wait a minute. What about these three men? Oh, they're not real men. They're terrible. How could they take that money from those women? Wait a minute. Whoa. So, in the same breath, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the same breath, you're saying that Nicole Young deserves every cent that she's asking for and possibly more from Dr. Dre. You're saying that Mackenzie Bezos deserved those billions of dollars from Jeff Bezos. But you're going to say that Kevin Federline and Kendu Isaacs are not real men and don't deserve a dime from Britney Spears or Mary J. Blige. You cannot make this up. You can't. However, I hope Mr. Newman gets everything. I hope he takes her to the cleaners. I hope he gets custody of those kids. I hope she has to pay him alimony and child support. See, gentlemen, we need to get behind men like this. This is why we must start uniting. Women will unite even when they know that what another woman is doing is completely illegal and immoral. They do not care. Their own group preference is what constantly kills us as men. They keep us divided and they keep picking us off one at a time. And they will have their shield wall that goes up when they go on the offensive. But we as men, oh no, we won't do that. It's been a very successful tactic to keep us divided. As men across all ethnic lines, we must start standing together and saying, you know what? We're going to do what we can to help our fellow man. We have to. But read the article. Let me know what you guys think. And ladies, the power is still metaphorically out. And feminism, though against the rope, it's going to end up getting that knockout blow to put it out right along with it. And thanks to feminism, there are a lot more women out there that are paying alimony and child support. And guess what? They hate that. They hate it. But guess what? That is the equality that you wanted. You ladies want to be the breadwinners, so guess what? You're going to have breadwinner problems. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM, I am